Within a matter of days, the Christmas season will be over and the season of Epiphany will begin. Epiphany falls on January the 6th each year, 12 days after Christmas. So, the Christmas season is a very brief yet joyous season where we celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus. One of the most common features shared by so much of the artwork of the Christmas and Epiphany seasons is that of the star. Why is that? Because the Gospel of Matthew brings the themes of these two seasons together when Magi from the East are ultimately led to the place where the child Jesus was. But you may have asked yourself the question, what was this star? And the question is specifically this: was the star a natural phenomenon or occurrence, or was it a miraculous event? Let's take these two options in turn. The nature of what this star was that appeared to the Magi has been the topic of much debate over the years. To begin with, what type of credence has the Star of Bethlehem had in terms of a natural phenomenon? The arguments for the star being a naturally occurring phenomenon or event ranges from the formation of constellations, convergence of planets, new stars, or a supernova, to comets. A great deal of work in astronomy has been done to discern the possibility of just such an occurrence. For instance, the planetary conjunction theory has been a notable natural option for the star. The conjunction involves Jupiter and Saturn passing one another, and when they do, they come close in proximity to each other, at least from the perspective of one viewing it from Earth. And then there's the rare triple conjunction when Mars also passes Jupiter and Saturn in close succession. Studies have shown that one of these rare conjunctions may have occurred in 7 BC, putting it very close to the time of the star that we read about in Matthew chapter 2. But there are many difficulties associated with each of these options being associated with what you might refer to as Matthew's star or the Bethlehem star. That's thought of the star as a natural phenomenon. What about the evidence of it being a miraculous event? When we look at what the star does and how it operates, it becomes difficult to conclude that this was a naturally occurring event. Think about this. The star appears to the Magi on two different occasions. The first we learn about in Matthew chapter 2, verse 2, where the Magi travel from the east to Jerusalem, where they begin saying, "Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." Then the star reappears when the Magi are looking for the specific location of the newborn king, and it leads them, we're told, to the exact location, the very house where the child Jesus is. For a natural phenomenon to have lasted long enough and to have been as precise as it was to lead them to the exact location seems unlikely. It's also more likely that Matthew would have assumed that a century audience would have believed that the star was indeed a miraculous occurrence rather than a natural one. The early church father, John Chrysostom, who lived in the latter part of the 4th century AD, concludes the following about the star. "This star was not of the common sort, or rather not a star at all, as it seems at least to me, but some invisible power transformed into this appearance, as in the first place evident from its very course." So then, in the end, what should we conclude? LCMS theologian Jeffrey Gibbs concludes the discussion well when he says, "It seems likely that Matthew regarded the Star of the Magi as a miraculous event, and hence, so should we." So as we begin to leave Christmas behind and head into the Epiphany season, I pray that this miraculously provided heavenly light, as the scholar John Nolan refers to it, may lead you to continue to worship the King, the one we know as Jesus, the one, though born in a manger, is the King of all creation, the one who would go to the cross and victoriously rise from the grave for you, to give you victory over sin and death. May this lighten your life and bring you abiding peace now and forevermore. That's our Thursday Theological Thought. I thank you so much for joining me. Christ's peace be with you.